noches. Comenzamos la rueda de prensa de Emporio Armani Milan con una evaluación de partido de su entrenador. Entonces, Messina, pues preguntas. Entonces, por favor.
Buenas noches, en primer lugar.
Good evening. First, and congratulations to choose on Madrid that clearly won as they should by controlling the match. I believe the first quarter was really weak on our side. End up by 31 points and a fall if we don't consider the last one on the three-pointers. Honestly, it's quite serious. Then my team has character because it's not the first time we come back into the match and we recover. We recovered in the second quarter, a very good part in the third quarter, and by the end of the match our second unit managed to defend the point advantage, which could be important by the end of this regular season. Of course we have good character, good boys, but to play against these teams like Madrid and others, it's important to play harder, smarter and more physical, and we cannot do it just 1 out of 2 minutes, and all of us have to do it. We have to contribute, all of us, because it's not a deep as deep so as to have 2, 3, 4 average contributions. It's our identity, and we need to take the best care of it, and that's what we'll try and do in this final part of the regular season. Thank you. Questions for the coach? Name and the company that you represent. Hello, Ettore, Lucas Alvaro from El Mundo. After this match, how do you see the options? You play against Barca, who lost today a player because of an injury. Then you have to lose against teams who don't seem to be under fire. How do you assess the options to the playoffs? Well, so far we're just thinking about the next match. Clearly, it's an important match, because if we win, we'll recover the victory they have over us, and we even go 2-0 for them. And then we'll see what happens in the 2 last matches. I believe it's kind of useless to do any forecast, and every week I believe there is some strange result. Olympiacos losing 2 matches in a row, which is quite strange. Everyone fights. So we focus on the match on Tuesday, which is going to be quite important and of course complicated because of the level of the opponent. Alex Madrid for Gigantes. I would like to ask, being how equal the Euroleague is, you maintain average today. Up to what point coaches, teams look at the results before they play the classification, or do you just pay attention to the results you can achieve? Sorry, I didn't understand the question. If you can ask again. Up to what point coaches and teams look at the results of the rest of the teams, the classification, before they play the match every day? Personally, just a bit. I focus a lot more on my team, try and help my team the best I can, and try to win matches. Also because every time I talk about a match and a result, usually happens the opposite. So right now, as I've mentioned before, everything could happen. So we go on our everyday, we try to win 1 more match, and then we'll see. Hello, Ettore, Jose Manuel Puertas from Bardia. You mentioned that on the assessment, but maybe you can deep dive on your assessment, because probably players 7 to 11 were the ones that were able to come back on the average, that were really wide away of the starting 5 players, that some of them were quite cool and they were able to get back to that, which seems difficult. Yeah, they did quite well. What always hurt us are 2 things. The lack of physical energy on the defense. In some positions we are really young, and you play against people who are veterans, smart, strong, not complicated. And in the offense, we bounce too much. And when we have a complicated moment, our young guards start bouncing and then try to find an individual solution. And that's not possible at this level. You need to have the key pass, get a small advantage, and then the pass that you have for the rotation, that's key. And quite often we put our head down and try to have an individual play. It's not about attitude, of course, it's lack of experience and what the Americans call poise. So to be a bit calm. That's something we're learning. We did that in some matches quite well, and in others less well. And is connected with the fact that we have many young players in key positions. It's not a full young team because we have some expert veterans, of course, but on some positions we have key players who are young. And maybe they play the Euroleague for the first time, or they're 23, 24 years old, or 22 or 21. And sometimes that's difficult for us. And that's it, we keep walking, they learn, or they will learn, and every day they'll be a bit better. I hope. Is that good? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. You're ready? We start with assessment from Choose Mateo and then question. Choose whenever you can. It was a match that was difficult to win, no question, and we started, I believe, quite well, with a lot of energy, pushing inside, passing the ball properly, scoring from the outside. We were able to contain the three-pointers line, which is one of the biggest dangers from this team, although in the second half they came back to the match, especially because of that line of three-pointers. They had 9 three-pointers in the second half, and that kind of condemned us. We were able to get back to have a difference when they played. They got down to 6, if I remember correctly, and we were able to get back to a larger difference that could allow us to dream to win the basket average. But they play as well, they're a good team, and they were able to get back, and the basket average at the end we were not able to win. But even though we're happy because we win a super team like Milano that had the same wins as we did, and all these wins are really important. We have 3 more matches, and today was really key to win the match, no matter that afterwards we could have the big prize. We cannot feel bad about it. There were other teams that are in that struggle, that they were not able to solve their matches, and that takes us to a position where, let's say, to be able to keep on growing. Now we have, as you know, a really difficult match on the Red Stars field in Belgrade, in the Red Star court, and we'll have to play a very good match to win. Questions? Hello, Choose. Name Fernando, Real Madrid Television. Hello, congratulations on the win. You had up to 7 players on 8+ points. Tavares was saying in the locker room that playing like that together, you were going to achieve the goal. Is this the Real Madrid you wanted to see in this important moment? Well, it's closer to become. I think it's important to get rid of the pressure of getting on the qualifying rounds, because to get on the playoffs and the final fours, I think it's important to get there and to achieve that, because I believe it's going to remove some pressure that we still feel. It's true that we're playing a bit better, we're sharing more the ball. We need for everyone to give the best version, and some players are finding that. They're fighting to find it. They're still not there, but they're fighting, and every day they take a step further. So, in sum, as I've been saying for the whole year, this is a long race, and we have to get up as many needs as we have, and we need to be tenacious. The most important thing today was to win another match home, and we achieved that. So, playing as a team, as Eddie says, probably will be able to get really far away. Hello, Choose. Lucas Abrao from El Mundo. Congratulations on the win. I'd like to ask about these players. They say that they find it fighting to find their best version. Usman Garuga may be one of them. He said he was close to 100% of his version. I don't know if the team is changing because they're more versatile. And I would like to ask about some of those disconnections. Like, what do you think about Usman? Usman, when he gives the version we had the other day in Malaga, or the first half today, I believe he's a player that everyone would want to have on their team. I believe he's a player that leaves Mirotic in the first half in 2 points. He was able to defend really well. He attacked in a smart way when he had to. He missed a couple of free shots, but I don't think that's something that is going to take our confidence, our trust in him, because we know that he has some things lacking in some aspect, but he contributes more than he takes, with that energy, with that heart, with that will, with that transmitting to the colleagues, to the teammates, and that heart's important. That helped a lot to win the match in Malaga, and it helped today to start it. So I'm really happy with him. He's one of the ones who's looking for his best versions, like others, like a few others. Hello, Chus, Lucas Garcia from Radio Nacional. You were talking about improvement in the game. I don't know, you feel prouder with that, or that it was a win with kind of some rage, with heart. And I would like to ask as well if you see that on the final leg of the season you're seeing the competitive gene to flourish more than in other times. I don't like to say that we won before we did, but I like to get excited about seeing that things are going on the right track. I like to see the team passing the ball. You know that I always like that the goal can feel in a given moment, that they can score. I like when a team defends with heart and fight the rebounds the way we were doing that lately, because I believe that's something that we're doing really well. I like when the team, in spite of that, sometimes we have some disconnects and we have some really, I would say, non-force mistakes or silly mistakes, and we get back into the match. I like for those disconnect moments, maybe we're not so long sometimes, but honestly, I believe that this is a team that is fighting to do it better every day and every day. And it's also true that we need weeks that has not so many matches. We need to train, even if you don't see it right away. In the long term, it's better for us. This season goes on a different way, and we know that, and we're going to keep on fighting to find our best version, and no doubt we're closer. Javier Camilo, Madrid, congratulations on the win. You were saying on the cup that you had a problem with the 5 shooters. You think you found a key with Garuba, with the 5 shooters from the other team? I think it's not just Eddie. We also have to assess. Sometimes we want to maintain our 5 squared inside, or that the substitution is a solution, or we can assume on a given moment a 3-pointer from a 5 from the other team. If that doesn't mean to lose the match on the long run. The other day in Malaga, Unicaja did 23 3-pointers, which is a record from the Liga, but we win the match, and in a given moment we need to balance if that defense we were doing of different defenses was giving us enough as to take advantage of that defense. Unicaja has 1.04 points per possession, and the other day, although it may seem counterintuitive, and a lot of people think, yeah, of course, in the area you allow them to do that, they did 0.86. So I would like sometimes when some assessments are done, and I believe everyone cannot deep dive so much to some assessment, but I would like for people to be more or less, how to say, frivolous when they analyze if you got 23 points. We won the match, a really good match, that didn't leave the other team probably play the way they wanted, and we fought to get back to a match when things were bad. So I believe we are on the line that we won, and this is about the 5s open, which is always a problem for us because because our physical characteristics, we try and solve it on different ways. Hello, Chus from Agencia F. Congratulations on the win. I would like to ask how you saw Fabian on his comeback to Madrid, and what do you feel as a coach and as a figure connected to the club when you see that the fans can recognize the figure of a player that has done history in Real Madrid, like a José Piorio when he came last year? What do you feel personally? Truth to be told, is you feel like, well, I'm quite sensible, Carlos, and I feel like going there and hug him because of everything he contributed with. But seeing the fans like that with a player that did all the things he did, I believe it's quite a deserved recognition, no question about it. But one of the most beautiful things you can feel in basketball, that there's people who leave their skin in this club, like Fabian and many others, that had these applauses. And that's the best you can feel, that the fans thank the effort, no matter if you're still wearing the colors. And Fabian was always someone who proved and showed character, who could fight against adversity, transmitting from the court and outside the court the values Real Madrid had. So what can I say from Fabian? That he gave 7 years here where he won everything, and where he left the bar really high for all players who want to feel the identity of what the club is and to be identified with it. Of course, one last question, Jose Manuel Portas from X Radio. I'd like to ask how you seen Bruno Fernando's performance, if he's on the point of what you could expect with the time he's been on the team, and especially on the attack, the feeling that when he gets the ball clearly is to finish, and maybe it's a problem for him to get it out. Are you asking him, because he's been here for so little time, is that what you ask, or that in other times you would like for him to share the ball and not to score? Well, I would like for him to do it well from the first day, to be perfect, but I understand that processes are just that, processes, and he's a player that is the first time he plays in Europe, is the first time he plays in Euroleague and ACB, is the first time he's on Real Madrid, which is also really difficult, and here he's going to have the time he needs to feel part of the team, and the team is always done by sharing the ball, but not just by sharing the ball, by defending, rebounding, putting energy and so on and so forth. I don't need from him to score 20 points, I don't need that. And I already talked to him, and he knows what is needed from him. The only thing he needs to do is to help, because the game is going to come, but he's not going to force it. If he forces it, it's not going to be a good solution. I believe the game has to come sometimes, and it will happen for him, but us, at least I am patient with him. He's still not doing what I expect from him. I expect a lot from him, a lot more, and he's going to be able to do it because he's working out really well. Thank you.